I could stop the time, I sure would. In this moment, I really wish I could. Do you feel the same way as I do? The feeling of just knowing that I love you. If you still got the time, I'd like to stick around. I'll make some coffee, let's take a walk down to the sea. As the sun goes down, we light a fireplace, and we can stay as long as we want to, you and me. If I could stop the time, I sure would. In this moment, I really wish I could. I hope you're feeling the same way as I do. The feeling of just knowing that I love you. If you got the time, I like to be with you forever in this state of happiness with you. Forever in this state of happiness with you.
Well, hello, planets. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me for the new week of July 22nd to the 28th. Oh my goodness. Nearly the end of the month again. And here we are. Thank you so much for joining me. I do appreciate you being here. And of course, if you are here in the live, make sure to say hi in the chat. We have Precious here. Hello, how are you? Thank you so much for joining me. Yes, those typies. I'm always like that. It's I'm been never good at typing on typewriters or typewriters. Here we are showing my age, but all good. Thank you so much. How are you, Precious? Nice to see you. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you being here. Look, what we're going to do today is we're going to reframe our thoughts, especially if those thoughts are negative, maybe limiting beliefs, or those self-doubt that come and rise up to the surface anytime where our energy is low, when we're not eating well, not looking after ourselves. So those negative thoughts can knock at the door and say, hello, how are you? I'm here. Negativity all around. So I'm going to show you today through my planner setup for the new week on how you can reframe. Right, so just imagine there's a frame here, and we're going to take that frame, that negative thought frame, and put a positive one. Hello, May. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. Lealoa, hello. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. All right. So what we're going to do, let me show you my desk. All right, so I am going to be in my A5 Filofax planner. This one is the Good Vibes. How befitting is that? I didn't even think of when I changed the planner for this week, the planner organizer covering itself, that the name of the collection is Good Vibes from Filofax. And I'm also going to, it was inspired by these washi tapes. So for those of you that are new here, hello, I'm Mariane, and here I show you my planning, my stationery, my well-being, my self-care, and just through my own planning, I hope that you can get inspiration and ideas for your own planning, because I don't know about you, those negative thoughts, the overwhelm, the stress can get the better of me. And why not, through the joy of stationery and planning on physical paper, let's say take a little bit of time to just, look after ourselves by doing something we enjoy. And how great is that to be able to enjoy washi tapes and planners and all the different colorful markers. Now I will have once I finish, make sure I do put in the description below all the details of the stationery and products I use, but you can visit my Amazon storefront that is at the bottom already. So as I said, last week actually, and this is what inspired me to do something a little bit different in my planner setup to tackle those negative and self-doubt and limiting beliefs that have arisen in the last few days. And so I want to make sure, and I did do a poll on my Instagram page at Mariane Cresp, that let's see, do I have my little I don't have it, of course I don't have it. Let's see. So on Instagram, here we go, at Marianne Cresp. I did a poll in the stories of, how people were feeling, I think on one particular day, and nearly half of us were feeling quite overwhelmed. So hopefully today's live stream video will help you in figuring out ways to reduce the overwhelm, reduce the stress. And a lot of times the reason for those, it's not so much the number of tasks that we have for ourselves, but all the different things that's going on in our head. So, hello, Angela. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. And yes, Layla, these are such pretty colors, and it's sort of befitting that it's sort of like my colorings, my background. So I like the teals, the pinks, the aqua. So that's where I thought that'll be really quite good to go and do that. Hello, Elle. So Angela is here. Elle is here. Hello, Jennifer. The Creator Classroom is also here, waving hello. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, let me just quickly have a look. I think now the little emojis are showing up properly on StreamYard. Normally it's just the little rectangular squares. So let's go and have a look. So what I'm going to do today is I am going to be setting up my well-being planner spread. So this is the current week's. So we're going to set up the new week, which is, let me make sure to flip to the right page. And I do have my sticky notes all ready to help prompt me if that brain fog head of mine does kick in a little bit later, where I forget different things. Now, you don't have to have my well-being planner spread to follow along. Whatever planner you have, see if you can incorporate some of the things that I talk about with regards to creating habits in areas of focus in your life. And then what I'm going to do is I'll tell you what I normally use these part of my planner spread, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it to help us reframe our thoughts from negative to positive in order to help overcome those limiting the beliefs that may arise from time to time. Thank you. Uplifting. Thank you. Excellent. All right. So what we're going to do, Wellbeing Planner Spread. This is available on my website at mariannecresp.com. And let's have a look. Angela's saying, I'm setting up my wellness right now. Fantastic. I'm glad that you and I can set up our planner pages together. So now, reframing thoughts. Now, there have been many studies. So what I'm going to do is I am going to try to talk and set up my planner pages at the same time. So if I stop, that's just making sure my brain catches up with my hands. But while I'll do, instead of having this blank or still while I'm talking, I'll chat and talk at the same I'll plan and talk at the same time. So like I said, all the details I'll have available in the description below. So now there have been a lot of studies with regards to reframing our thoughts. So our brain actually is good, and good and bad in some ways. Now, those, niggling limiting beliefs, self-doubt that do pop up from time to time, the reason that happens is our brain is built. One of the things our brain is built for is to make sure it keeps us safe. So if there's any danger, it gets us ready to fight or flight, or, let me make sure that's straight, or freeze. So then, those saber-toothed tigers or any dangerous things doesn't see us, so we freeze up and make sure, stay still. So that is our amygdala, that part of our brain that says, hey, that the stress, your heartbeat is going fast, your breathing has become shallow, what's going on, is there danger? And so we're ready to fight, flight, or freeze. However, sometimes what happens is the amygdala will get what's called amygdala hijack. So it's, really there may not be any threat at all, but what happens is it thinks that it does. So let's say, public speaking, right? So you know how if public speaking, you get quite nervous. Now, the reason for that is that amygdala, that part of the brain goes, hey, this is really scary. Are you going to put yourself out there, to where people might judge you, they might laugh at you? And so then it starts telling these storylines that, may not even be true. And so, of course, that's when you get all really scared. And one of the things a lot of people, they say, public speaking is one of the top things that causes a lot of stress. So that's what that part of the brain says. It helps keep us safe, but at the same time, it also sometimes gets hijacked and makes it you think that there's danger when there's no danger at all. Hello there, Adriana. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. I do appreciate you being here. So, like I said, I'm just setting up my Wellbeing Planner spread. I'm going to talk and chat at the same time. So lots of experts. So back to the experts that talk about, reframing our thoughts. So this is the zebra mild liner pen. One side is the chiseled end and the other is a fine tip end. So I'm just using this chiseled end to make broad strokes, July, and then the tip end just creating that little line. So let me see if I can zoom in a little bit so you can see a little bit better. And so I'm just alternating between these three highlighters to coordinate with these washi tapes. So this is the Good Vibes tape. So the experts say there's lots of studies. So I won't bore you with all the different, names of the studies. However, some of them include the fixed mindset versus growth mindset. So let me know in the chat if you have heard this before, fixed versus growth mindset. I'm trying to July. Okay, so really that's that study showed that those who believe in their abilities can develop, through dedication, through hard work. They're more likely to overcome the limiting beliefs. So of course, you know how if you build your skill, if you do it again and again, then the studies show the growth mindset will actually help you overcome those limiting beliefs. So if you know you can, then you can, or if you know you can't, then you can't. So changing those mindset from fixed that no, I can't do this, I'm no good at it, no, I don't know how to do it, to you know what, let's give it a try. Maybe. What if, what if it does go right instead of what if it goes wrong? So that's what's called the growth mindset. Jennifer says, I have found that the simple word yet often pivots my negative thinking. Yes. So let's have a look. July. Let's do it this way. I'm trying to still make it July. So what I'm going to do a little bit later, so I won't do it on camera because it will take a little bit of time, is I'll outline, because these colors are a little bit lighter, I'm going to outline it with a black pen. So July 22nd to the 28th. Speaking of this week, it is my oldest son's birthday on Saturday. He will be 17. He will be 17 years old on the 27th. So that's very exciting. And so I have two boys. I'm just making sure that I get the dates correct. And the younger one will be 16 at the end of the year. And then so what do we got? Pink, blue, what's after pink again? And the 28th. See how I say talking and writing at the same time? Let me finish this. Maybe I can go and talk once I've done this bit. So let me, and I'll just do the little line here. Okay, that looks good. So then that sort of like coordinates with my washi tape. Precious says growth mindset can grow and fix. You don't growth mindset. You can grow and fix. You don't think you can change or want to. Exactly. You know that. And for a lot of us, I know for me, you know, I'm 49. For a lot of my adult years, I have in my head that I can't do certain things, and so I have slowly started to change my dialogue that I say to myself. Instead of saying I can't, and then stopping there, I say I can't yet. And so if I want to do something about it, I need to put the dedication and the hard work to maybe learn, to start it, you know, start something new. Yay, Leo baby, mine is on Friday. Yay, happy birthday to your baby Precious. Great, that's wonderful. So like I said, let me just quickly show you what I normally would do. I'll do it just on the J. Is I will get a black ink and just outline each letter. So then, of course, see how it pops on the page. So another research showed that negative thoughts and reframing it or switching it from negative to positive can help reduce the symptoms of depression and anxiety. Now, of course, anything I talk about when it comes to mental health on this channel as well as this video, it is for education purpose only. So, entertainment purpose. So I'm not an expert. So if you do feel like any things, any mental health issues that's pressing, make sure you do seek help. It's so important. I've seen a therapist in the past, and it helps so much. Just talk it through. So really important. And then another research and studies showed that by actually identifying any negative thoughts or self-doubt that come up, that you can't, you know, or that you're not good enough, or comparing yourself to others. So identifying it, so being aware of it and actually challenging it and saying, hang on, am I really not good at that? Hang on, am I really a bad mom, a bad wife, a bad friend, not good at my job? So identifying and challenging it will actually also help you improve your emotional well-being. So you know how if you have someone, you know, let's say a stranger, and then they say something about you and you just go, no, that's not right. You would challenge them. However, when it's in our own head and it's us telling ourselves that we can't, we're not good enough, why are we letting it be? Why are we just sitting there taking it and not even, doing anything about it? So what do they say? The first step in finding a solution is to identify that there's a problem. So if you know that you have all these negative feelings, these negative thoughts in your head, first of all is just go, okay, so I think I'm a bad mom. Why do I think I'm a bad mom? What have I done that has made me bad? Did I screamed at my children? Well, I was, they were being naughty, or I was trying to stop them from, hurting themselves. So I yelled at them. But does that mean I'm a bad mom? Is that one little thing make me a bad mom? See how by challenging it, you're actually that's called emotional intelligence. See, they don't teach you how to be intelligent emotionally at school. They teach you math, science, English, geography, history. But our generation, my generation, was never taught how to be emotionally intelligent. That is identifying emotions. Why do I have those feelings? And what is it that I can do to improve it or reframe those thoughts? So isn't that fantastic that at this, time we can actually challenge those things that pop up that make us feel bad about ourselves? All right, so that's I've done the heading And then I've also on this side, I like to use washi tapes to embellish it. And so, of course, this spread, once I keep going with colors and embellishment, it's something pretty. Right, according to James Clear's book, Atomic Habits, one of the 4 laws of behavior change. That is, if you want to make any changes with any routines or habits, 4 things you should do: make it easy, make it obvious, make it satisfying, and make it attractive. So, whether you love your planner page colorful, bright, with rainbow colors, or you like to keep it minimalistic with neutral tones, one color only, whatever it is that makes you find your planner pages attractive, stickers, washi tapes, do that, because the more you do that and you like it, the more you'll use it. If a page is all blank and there's no color, and you'll go, oh, all it is that it has is my to-do list and my tasks. Of course you're going to get bored with it. So make it pretty, make it colorful. So for some people, the rainbow thing might be too much. Oh my God, Marianne, that's too much color. For me, that's the way aesthetically pleasing for me. And so I want to update it. Let's see, what things have I done? Let's tick it off with colorful markers. Okay, so where was I? I've lost my page. Here we go. There we go. All right, let's quickly have a check of the chat. Jennifer says, instead of saying I can't, insert your skill, I say I can't. Yep, that's what I said. The yet. That is one of the most powerful words we can add to a sentence when it comes to negative thoughts that maybe pop up. Not yet, maybe not yet. So let's do something about it. Precious says, sometimes it's because we are comfortable and scared, but fear can cripple you, even the strongest individual. Yes, so fear is one of those emotional things that help keep us safe. Because that thing says, don't touch it. If there's a snake, if there's a spider, don't touch that, because it might bite and it might, give us, it might kill us. And so fear actually is good because it allows us to, stop and think. But then if those fears are irrational, that's why challenging our thoughts, is really important with our mental and emotional well-being. Jennifer, this year I've learned how to make reels, how to send out newsletter, how to set up YouTube membership, next affinity photos. See, always make sure you are building up your skills. So again, that growth mindset, the dedication and hard work, putting in the effort, So if you imagine the young kids learning how to ride a bike, and they're very scared to have those training wheels taken off. So that's our thing of making sure we don't hurt ourselves, is sometimes we put ourselves in a position that, what, I'd rather not fall over, so I'm going to keep the training wheels. But then it's important that certain things we go beyond the fear if it's not a rational fear. Wonderful. All right, so what I'm going to do next is, this area of my well-being planner spread is for my 7 areas of focus based on Zig Ziglar's Wheel of Life methodology. So it says to get a balanced, harmonious life, you should be doing habits and routines in 7 key areas. So in no particular order, there's spiritual, mental, physical, family, social, career, and finance. So you might have seen it. Some planners have 8, some have 10 key areas of focus. I like to keep it to 7 because I've got enough, things on my plate at the moment to try and do too many of those. And you can also name it a different, heading. So spiritual could be your religion. So finance could be finance, work, or investment, whatever it is, right? So you can have the title of each areas of focus, whatever will fit your life, and whatever name or terminology you want to name it. Now these are the Sunstar dot e pen. So one side is a square little sponge, and so as you can see, it makes these square little markings, and then the other is a fine tip end. So sometimes I use dot markers, I use highlighters. So again, I'm a lover of stationery here and I'm a sucker for things. So dot E pens, the Sun Star, I've only got the three different colors and they happen to match the color theme for today. So I'm not going to go and write these down because I am mindful of the time. I want to make sure I want to get to the areas that will help tackle the reframing our thoughts part. And so hopefully this may help you if you have been overwhelmed with those limiting beliefs and self-doubts. So what I would write here would be meditate. So I meditate in the morning. I read my book, 15 minutes worth. I do a workout. I look at track our expenses on a daily or regular basis so I know exactly where our money is going. I want to make sure I'm tidying up and cleaning up our place because the environment that you live in can also affect your energy and your mood. So making sure for me that, there's not a lot of clutter, especially in, the pathways, social. So connecting with family and friends, whether through online or meeting up for a coffee in real life, and also career. So here for me, it's my social, my content creation and all being on Instagram, on Facebook, and also getting those brand partnerships to help our family financially, so to help contribute to the household. So this part of the well-being planner spread, this side is a wheel pie chart. It's divided into 7 little segments or pies, and each pie has these 7 sections. So then what I do is I color that in based on how well I did with the different habits that I had from the week before. So for example, I meditated last week 5 days out of the 7. So on this pie chart, I'm going to color one of these little pie, 5 little sections, and then visually I can see for the new week what areas I need to maybe prioritize so I don't neglect it. So, but I will have a video in the description of other ways, another video where you can see how I use these different things. So bear with me. Let me. Jennifer says, I've seen a circle where our comfort zone, and it's important to constantly step right outside of the circle for growth. For sure, for sure. That's how we meet friends, right? When we connect new friends. If we always just stayed with the same circle of friends all the time, we would never meet each other, and how sad would that be? So okay, so another study, research show that through positive thinking, right, so changing, we've already spoke about it, changing those negative thoughts into positive, or adding yet, or building your skills so then you aren't fearful, you're not scared, helps you overcome the limiting beliefs. And also through time, I mean, Jennifer has just shown through time, through learning new skills. And, for me, I didn't know how to sew a few years ago, and I made a business out of it, creating handmade dolls. And I was able to support our family for a whole year and put, a couple of mums from the school to help me make these handmade dolls. And I didn't know how to sew, a couple of years before that, but I taught myself watching YouTube, because while my baby slept, so that would have been, nearly 16 years ago, while my baby slept, I thought, well, I got to find something to occupy me instead of the laundry, doing the laundry. So I taught myself how to sew by watching others do it on YouTube, and I built that skill. So, this limiting belief that I can't do anything while I'm at home, looking after the babies, or if you think that you're too old now, that, I can't learn a new skill, forget about that, because more studies have shown about how brain, when you, learn new skills, learn new ways to do things, it creates new neuro pathways. So new way, new, if you can think of it as little footpath on a grass. So if you can think of a park, that the grass is all the same length. But if you keep walking that same path, building that resilience, building that skill, you're going to eventually make this little pathway where the grass don't grow anymore, so you can actually create new neural path in your brains when you learn new skill. And by doing this is you actually build resilience and overall mental health. So that's why, they tell you to do word search or crosswords or puzzles or Sudoku or whatever it is, where it keeps your brain mentally active, because it's been shown that you can teach old dogs new tricks. So that line, to out the window, because you can learn. A lot of people create new seasons in their life and new careers in their 60s and 70s. So for us, we are so young, we have so much time for us to be able to learn new things and change and reframe those thoughts that I can't do that to I can, or I can't yet, and let's learn how to. Okay, so let's have a look. So now this one here, the wellness part of my well-being planner. So normally I would put on here, drink water, no spend, get outside, write in my victory log, how many steps did I do, take my vitamins and eat fruit. So for this week, to overcome the negative thoughts that I know will surface, will pop up to the surface, especially when your energy is low, you're lacking sleep, if you haven't added any movement into your day, they will creep in. Let me tell you, even if you know how to reframe your thoughts, even if you know how to be mindful and meditate, and you whatever it is that you do to keep yourself positive and active, the negative thoughts will always knock at the door. It's not as if you can get rid of it. It is just there. It's in below the surface. So what we need to do to ensure that it doesn't pop up, right, is to create habits to make sure that we are telling ourselves that we can do it. So this wellness, I'm going to change it into positive affirmation. Who has so heard of the positive affirmation? Let me know in the chat. Or if you have, what positive affirmations do you tell yourself on a regular basis that you can do it? So for me, I actually created myself as part of my self-care and taking some time doing stuff I love. I love being creative. I love arts and crafts stuff. I saw in our local retailer store these, little beads. So I'm presuming from the trend of Taylor Swift stuff. I'm not following that trend, but I bought some. So then I thought, you know what? I need some positive affirmation that remind me that I can do this. So whether you create little bracelets, whether you create, you put little post-it notes and write things down, what is it that you need to tell yourself? That you are fabulous, that you are great, that you may not know something yet, but you're going to learn how, or you're going to try, right? That this negative thought, that these limiting beliefs that you have, they surfacing probably just because you're tired, probably because you have lack of energy, because you've been working hard, or you haven't taken your breaks. Need to make sure. So creating positive affirmations and reminders for yourself that you are great. This is just a blip in the little radar, or this is just one of those downs. What's life is full of ups and downs. It's not always going to be happy. Things are not going to be always rosy. So if we know and we anticipate that sometimes there'll be sad days, there'll be bad days, there'll be hard days, there'll be, frustrating days. And if we also anticipate that, name that persona. I apologize if there's any Nellies, Nellies watching. If you do have any negative Nellies, that pop up and say, Marianne, why are you doing that? You're no good at it. Or look at you, Marianne. You're nowhere compared to that other person. Or you're 49 and you're not where you thought you were going to be 20 years ago. Those negative thoughts, sometimes you just go, shh, shh, right? So the shh we need more of them to make sure it doesn't pop up. So that's why positive affirmations, whether you put it on post-it notes, whether you write it in your planner, whether you create little bracelets or you have mantras in the morning. So one of the first things you do when you wake up is, today is going to be a great day. And whatever happens, I can do it. I can handle it. I can figure it out. Okay, so this one, what I would like you to do, whether it's in your planner or if you have my well-being planner spread, is we're going to write some positive affirmations. So I have written some down. So I'm going to pop it here, because then what I'll do is I'll write it after. So then that way I don't take up too much of your time. But here are some of the positive affirmations. So you can go and rewind, watch the replay if you want to use these positive affirmations in your planner as well. So let's have a look. So if you can read this, you can screenshot it. Okay, there we go. So I can get through tough times. So say that to yourself. If you have to say it 10 times in the morning, if you are going through a really hard time at the moment, or you're going through a tough time at the moment, one of the first things that you can say to yourself is, I can get through tough times. I can get through tough times. And say it with conviction. Don't say it with fear. Don't say it timidly. I can get through tough times. You know why you need to do this? Again, remember the brain. The brain will think whatever it is that you feed it. So if you feed it that this is too hard, I can't do it, I'm no good, why am I feeling this way? I mustn't be a good wife. I mustn't be a good mother. Mustn't be a good worker. I mustn't be good. I'm not good at this. All the no's and the can'ts and the don'ts and the, if you keep saying that to yourself internally, if that is the dialogue that's coming out of your mouth, if it's the thing that pops up, the brain's going to think that. And that's why reframing our thought is so important. What you feed it is what will surface and what you'll spot more of. That's why gratitude log is really important. We'll talk about that in a sec. Okay, so the next one, I am stronger than my doubts. If you imagine, let's imagine this. If you imagine the words that you think to yourself, the words that you think that you can't, imagine if someone is saying the exact same thing about your friend. Would you not defend your friend? Would you go, excuse me, she sure can do that. She's fabulous. Look at how far she's gotten. You would defend your friend to the end. How come you are letting yourself say that to you? And are you not the most important thing? Yes, you are. If you don't think you aren't, or if you don't think you are important, then you need to, maybe that is one of your positive affirmations. I am important. I matter. I count. Because if you don't think that, then you're going to let every other thing take over. You're going to think someone else's agenda is more important than yours. You're going to go and, drop everything that is important to you to help appease or satisfy someone else. So make sure that you are being the good friend that you are to others, that you should be to yourself. Now, I say this out loud because I need to say this to myself. You should hear my poor husband. He'll tell me, Marianne, can you please not talk about my wife like that? Because here I am. I say it to myself. And the reason I know I allow that is because, lack of energy, lack of sleep. I have been saying it to myself for the last 49 years that maybe I'm not good enough. But neuroplasticity, remember that thing that I says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? I can teach myself to know that I'm important, to know that I matter, to know that I care. Okay, so you need to do that too. And guess what? If you say it for the next 30 days and then you go, I know I'm important now. I know I'm great. I know I'm good. What will happen is if you stop saying that, those negative thoughts will surface, right? If you don't use the muscle, it gets weak. It's the same way with our thoughts and making sure reframing it. Let me know how you are feeling. Is this something that you know that you should do for yourself? Is this something that you're going to start adding into your journal, into your planner? So the next one is I embrace the unknown with courage. Just like Jennifer, just like me teaching myself, I'm in September, I'm going to be launching the next round of my 8-week group program. This time last year, I didn't even think that I would be able to do a course, right? I didn't think I didn't. But what if I could? And I did. I think it was in March, April. I did. I was I was shit scared. What am I doing every single day? I'm going, what have I done? But I did it. And I'm so glad I did because now I know, hey, it wasn't that hard after all. I got the courage. All right. My thoughts shape my reality. Again, the things that you think about is what will happen. So if you all you spot in the day is negative, 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 every negative thing will appear. But if you start replacing and reframing positive, I am great. I'm a good mom. I am good at my job. I can do this. I can handle it. I'm strong enough. For those of us who have birthed, little people, we gave birth. We can handle pain, right? So I can face any challenge. I control my mind and my emotions. I'm always learning and growing. So these are just 7 that I'm going to write here. So let me just pop that there. So pretend I've written it down in my this part. So find a section in your planner where, or even like a post-it note, you can have one thought a day, or you can have this. If you have a planner that you can see a weekly spread like this, have it. So then and then one of the things, so you go, Marianne, why do you have it all, there? And then, because what I'm going to do is each day. So today on a Monday, I'm just going to read these out loud to myself. Or, if you're at work and you can't go and, say it in your head and say it with conviction. I can get through tough times. I'm stronger than my doubts. I embrace the unknown with courage. My thoughts shape my reality. And if you can, close your eyes and say it a couple of times. I can do this. I'm strong enough. I matter. All I need to do is learn and put the dedication to do only, even if it's for 5 minutes, even for 10 minutes. Learn new skill, learn and grow. So each day, if I keep saying this to myself, I'm building that positive affirmation muscle of mine. Okay. Leo says, yes, great idea. Precious says, yes, I need to add it. Stick to the end because I do have a special thing that you can do. Have something. I'm thinking of you guys because I know if you're like me, you're sort of like, Marianne, you want us to add this on top of all the things that we already have going? Come on. You want me to write that out over and over again? I don't have the time to be saying these things in the morning. Well, I'll take a little bit of that time away from you because I do have something for you. So make sure you stick to the end. I can't wait. You go, girl. Yes, I'm so excited. I just have to, again, dedication. It's just to heads down and just get it done. But this was me last week. Was those limiting beliefs started bubbling to the surface, and then of course I froze, and I'm going, "What am I doing?" And I went, "Hang on, Marianne, you can do this. Go get some sleep." I got some sleep. Go take some time out. So I binge watched Young Sheldon, and I feel so much better. So sometimes taking those breaks that we think might put us behind actually is the boost that we need. So for those of you that with regards to taking breaks, so I'll just, this part of the planning session with regards to taking breaks, make sure you do. So here's a little analogy, because I do love analogies here at the Marianne Cresp show. So if you think that, Marianne, I cannot take a break, I'm already behind as it is, right? So if I take a break, if I take half an hour off, if I take an hour off, if I take half a day off, if I take the day off, then I'm going to fall behind even more. No, because then you've rested. You've rested physically, you've rested emotionally, mentally, and you can see clearly now what you need to do. So something that you thought was like a hard job, that's going to take so much of your time, when you're reset, you recharge and full of energy, you go, why did I think that was hard to do? It's like, let's get that email done. Let's reply to that person that we were fearing of replying or getting stuff done. So here's the analogy. For those of you who know, I'm sure a lot of you would know, right? Slingshot. So you've got the little bark or stick, the Y shape. You got the elastic, right? So when you pull that rubber band back, why do you pull it? So then the trajectory of whatever it is that you're there, or the rocks or whatever, will go further. So have a think of it this way. Reframe your thoughts about breaks. By taking breaks, you are not stepping back or falling behind. All it is you're getting ready to go further, right? A break is like that rubber on the slingshot. Okay, so I'll do it sideways. It's that rubber on the slingshot, so it allows you to go further. It's not going, it's not as if you're going to fall behind. It's actually going to make you think a lot clearer. And then something that you went, it's going to take me 2 days, you go, oh, I got that done in half an hour. And then you just go, and also anything else, it'll make you see clearer. If your to-do list is this long, right, it'll, having that break and having a clearer mind would go, you know what? That's not important to me. That's important to someone else. I'm either going to move it to another day, delegate it to someone else, ask for help, or just go, you know what? Can we do this another time? Or is that something that needs to be, done by today? Are we able to get this done by the end of the week? Right? It'll help you see clearly. Hello there, Annabelle. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you being here. All right, so reframing thoughts will also help you increase resilience and overall mental health. The other thing, of course, is from the Atomic Book. We've already talked about that. Is with regards to creating these habits. So whether it's habits in 7 key areas of focus, whether it's a new habit of saying to yourself positive thinking, positive affirmation, and you don't have to have all these 7s. The reason why I have 7 is because I have the 7 lines, right? You can have 2, you can have 1 if you and then if you put whatever affirmation you have, right? So let's say I will handle it. I might want to put this in front of the mirror, right? So while I'm brushing my teeth, I will handle it. I can do this, right? In your head, or when you're in the shower, I can get through tough times. I am always learning and growing. Okay. So you don't have to have 7. The reason I have 7 is because I have 7 lines here. So I want to fill it up. So by building those muscles and then making small changes and changing your mindset, right? Growth mindset from the I can't to I can, or not yet, right? Will help improve that habit formation muscle. So that muscle, I was trying to do the muscle, right? So just the same way you build this muscle, you build, your calves and whatever. I need to do more workouts. So then I know the parts of the body that you can build your muscles. You can also build your mindset muscle and your growth muscle and your learning muscle and your positive thinking muscle, right? So positive thinking and positive affirmation is not just a 30-day challenge. It's an everyday, because negative thoughts will surface. So when you think that it won't, it's just waiting by the side going, oh, there she is. There's a break. She just got angry. She got frustrated. Quick, let's go. Let's tell her she's no good. You see, you couldn't do it. I told you couldn't do it. You know, if there's something that you've been doing and somehow, you know, the result wasn't according to what you had planned or the outcome you thought would be. So now you're thinking you'll fail. And these negative thoughts just quickly run and just go, see, I told you you weren't any good. I told you you're going to fail. So you need to do the positive affirmations day in, day out. Just like you brush your teeth, just like you should be drinking water, 6 to 8 glasses of water. You also need to go and feed your positive thinking. So make sure that you just go, see, I can do it. Yes, I am great. Yes, I can get through tough times. I don't need to be positive affirmating, positive thinking anymore. No, it's make it a part of your daily and weekly habits. Precious says, can I get your email? Can't find it. I'm at either hello@Mariane Cresp. And also, if you go into Precious, go into, I'll tell you at the end, because you can actually email me to know more. So yes, hello, Angela from L. Okay. So those are the things. The next thing here, morning journaling. So this I normally have for my morning journaling is when I log my mood in the morning. So I will say, how do I feel? Why do I feel this way? And what is it that I can do to help boost my energy, improve my mental well-being or emotional well-being? What can I do throughout the day to make me feel better? So that's what I would normally put in this morning journaling, is the mood log. How I feel, why I feel that way, and what is it that I can do to make myself feel better. By logging your mood and being aware of how you are, you're able to respond to it a lot better rather than react. So if I know I'm having a cranky kind of a morning, I haven't slept, my energy is low, what is it that I can do to make myself feel better? You know what? I'm not going to put too much on my plate today. I'm going to, instead of doing these 7 things, I might just do 5, right? So again, when we talked about identifying and challenging those negative thoughts, it's the same way when it comes to our mood and our emotion. If we are not aware of how we're feeling, how can we then manage it throughout the day? And if you're like me, I go from 0 to 100 when it comes to cranky mum. So, and then I know, and then of course, then I feel bad and I feel guilty that I've screamed at my children. And then that's when the negative thoughts come in. So for this week, what I'm going to do for this morning journaling section is I'm going to write in the morning something I am grateful for, something that I'm thankful for. Why do we do this? Does anybody know why Marianne, what's with this gratitude journaling that a lot of people are talking about? Again, it's about looking for the positive things, because remember, the more positive things, that negative won't surface as much, because it's like positive, 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 right? It has no room to bubble to the surface if we are thinking of what we're grateful for, what we're thankful for, what were the wins of the day. So whatever it is, look for something positive, something that has, that has happened. Because then if you look for those positive and things you're grateful for, the more you will spot them. Right? So who Who here, like I know back in the 1990s, right? I think 1991 or 1990, our family got a new car. So when we first arrived here in Australia, we just bought a Toyota Hilux, right? Secondhand. It didn't even have any seats at the back. Back then, when you could, well, you had to have seat belts, but my brother, younger brother, and I sat in the back of a Toyota Hilux van that had no seat. Mum and Dad put the blankets there, and we would sit on the part of the inside of the van where the wheel. And we would hang on to that rubber thing on the window. That's how we sat in the back of the van, right? When we first arrived, and it was what Mum and Dad, I'm sure, could afford at the time. And then we bought a brand new Toyota Camry, a silver one. Why do I tell you this story? Because once we bought the Toyota Camry, guess what we started spotting on the road? There's our car, right? I think I was 12 and my brother might have been 8. Oh, look, there's a Toyota Camry. Oh my God, look, that's our car. Oh, that's like our car. That's like our car. What? It's not suddenly the silver Toyota Camry was like put on the road. It's because it's the thing we were spotting. We now was started to spot these things that we would never have spotted before because we never had a Toyota Camry before. It's the same way when it comes to your positive thinking. The more you go and spot the good things, the things you are grateful for, the more they will surface to the top, right? You know how we have this thinking of bad things happen in 3? Bad things are all happening all around us, right? But because we now have put the emphasis on, well, that was 2 things. I'm sure the third one will happen now. Yeah, the third one will happen if you look out for it. But then that third thing will probably happen anyway. But if you have positive reframing, you would go, oh, well, so I spilt the milk. Oh, well, so I forgot my umbrella at home and now I'm rained on. But then if you go, see, I knew this would happen. You were looking for that negative. So this one here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write in the morning what I am grateful for. And these gratitude log don't have to be all the big stuff. It could be for us here, it's winter here in Sydney, all right, or in Australia. So I could go, I'm grateful that I can put the heater on and not get too cold. Or I am grateful that my children are happy and they have great friends. I am grateful that there is food in the fridge. I am grateful that I have a roof over my head during this cold night, right? I am grateful that I have the ability to be able to take a little bit of time for myself to plan in my journal. So the gratitude log will help you build that positive thinking and reframing your thoughts, because the more you start to spot all the great things, then the more you'll see it. Okay, so gratitude log. So that's what I'm going to do. So now, and then this one here, taking breaks. Okay, so normally the breaks that I have on my well-being planner is 1 minute deep breathing, get up and from my desk and stretching, especially for those of us that sit at our desk for a long time. Again, here I have that gratitude log. So I'm going to practice my gratitude log in the morning each day here as well. But some of the other things, if you're so these here, take a break. These are for my micro breaks. So what are micro breaks? Micro breaks are those breaks that you should take several times a day, and they can just be 1 to 2 minutes. They don't have to be a long break. So micro breaks are one of those breaks you should be taking to help prevent burning out. And again, that'll help you pull back that rubber band on that slingshot to be able to get you and boost you a lot further. Boost your mood, boost your productivity, boost your energy, right? So have a think. Anytime you go, you challenge yourself and go, I don't have time to take a break. A break doesn't have to be an hour long. A break can just go, you know what, I'm just going to go outside. If you work in the build, a skyrise, a building, just go down, or even just walking down the steps instead of taking the elevator or the lift, and then go back up. Maybe if you go back up, maybe the lift this time. Doesn't Micro breaks doesn't have to be those long ones. So if you're struggling to find what type of breaks to do, so here I've got some that I'm going to try out for the new week. Close my eyes and take 10 deep breaths. Breathe in, breathe out. Taking breaks and deep breaths will help slow down your heart rate, right? Your heart rate, when it goes up, it signals to your brain that, hey, what's going on? Is there danger? Why is our heart rate, beating fast? Are we ready to run from fear, from danger, right? So slowing down your heart rate will tell the brain, oh, relax. There is no fear. There is no danger. We can relax. Okay, so the other one is stretch for 2 minutes. So get up from your desk and do those stretches to the side, and do those, what if different yoga poses, downward dog or whatever, or do those. Drink a glass of water. It's important to hydrate, right? So they say if you are thirsty, that's probably you're already dehydrated. So always drink some water. Stand up and sit down 5 times. So for those of us that are in their perimenopause journey, one of the things they say is to make sure to build muscle resistance. So even just getting up from your desk, standing up, and 5 times, stand up, sit down, whatever it is, do that. What else? Put your favorite music on. So if you're feeling those negative thoughts coming up, pop your favorite music up. I think I've talked about some of my favorites are Womack and Womack's Teardrops, Keith Urban's The Fighter, Olivia Newton-John's Physical. So, my choice of music is aging me. I don't care. They give me the boost that I need. Pop that, put your headphones on, go for a walk, whatever it is. Another thing is cleaning up my desk. So if my desk is full of clutter means, cluttered environment can mean cluttered head. So clean up your desk and then write one action step for tomorrow. So at the end of the day, I could go, what is it that I would like to do tomorrow? So I'll pop that there. So remember, I'll write that down here, but for the sake of keeping an eye on the time, I want to make sure that I cover everything. So let me know, what are your thoughts? Is this something that you can implement this week for your new week, or why wait for the new week? Can you do some positive affirmations tonight, now? Take the time after you finish watching Mariane, just go, you know what? 10 deep breaths, get up from my desk, get up from the couch, move about and say, I can do this. I can handle it. I've got it. I can get through tough times. I've gotten through tough times before. I can do it again, right? So there's that identifying and challenging. No, just because today didn't work out the way I thought it should does not mean that I'm a failure. Does that mean that I cannot do this? It just means I got to keep trying. I can just get up again. It's not how many times you fall. I know everyone said a lot of, people say it's not the number of times you fall, it's the number of your times you get up. Fall 7 times, get up 8 times. And I think that is why, honestly, I think that is why I've been able to function the way I have. Because sometimes if I look back and, this last year through my own mental healing, I go, why? How come I was still able to show up? Because I was able to do, if not all these things. I mean, you'll see if you follow me on Instagram, I don't do my habits each and every day. I mean, look at that. There's some days there I didn't even do anything throughout the day. I probably spent the time on the couch or spent a little bit of time longer on my phone. right? Here, last week, I didn't get everything done, but I try again the next day. I can do this. All right. And this is why you need to have these things that help prompt you. The habit tracker, writing it down on your in your planner, because if it's not written down, or if you don't have alerts or notifications or reminders for these things that matter most to you, you won't do them. So that's why writing them down not only helps you retain the information a lot better, so think about it, writing it down, then reading it again will tell you, oh, I better meditate. Oh, I better read for my mental well-being. Better make some movement for my physical well-being, right? Writing it down will help you do it more likely than not. Doesn't mean you got to do it, right? So that was one of my limiting beliefs is, Marianne, how can you run a group program when you don't do it yourself each and every day? Consistency doesn't mean doing everything all of the time, each and every day. Consistency means whether it's consistency of trying again and again and never giving up. Consistency can be, every 3 to 5 days, 1 to 2 days, showing up. So I would say to myself, right? So I challenged myself, Marianne, how can you help inspire or guide others when there are days you don't do it? I would stop myself from being able to share if I didn't fill this out. So if June, I didn't do anything. If July, I didn't do anything. But I show up. I do the best that I can with the energy and the emotional capacity that I have in the day, in that part of the morning, in that part of the afternoon, in that part of the evening. And the great thing is, we have the 24 hours. If we didn't get to do it at the 8 to 9, 9 to 10 in the morning, let's try again at lunchtime. Let's try again in the evening. We didn't try it that day. Let's try it again tomorrow. No, we can't do it tomorrow. Let's try it on Wednesday. It's showing up again and again and trying your best and saying to yourself, I can do this. I can handle it. Elle says, on my 3rd week, I'm consistent walking fast daily and it's going well. Yay, let's celebrate you. Well done. That is fantastic. Now, let me see if I've got this. Does it? Woohoo! Congratulations, Elle, and that is brilliant. Consistent walking fast daily, and which are you marking it in your tracker? Are you ticking it? Are you giving yourself pats on the back? You should, because that is a job well done. I need to track it to watch the progress. Here I am. I better read the rest of. But that is wonderful, and it's this first step. You don't have to get everything done. You don't have to do it and then track it all at the same time. Just doing one step at a time is a great accomplishment. I love that. Well done, Elle. Makes us great progress, Elle. Keep going. Brilliant. I love it. And this is what a great community is all about, is supporting each other, not only through the wonderful accomplishments and achievements that we have, but also through the more difficult times, to know that we are not alone, because a problem shared is, the burden is somehow hard. Just by having someone listen to you is so important. Precious says, well done, Elle. Keep going, beloved. Yes. Well done. Yes, Elle's actually, I remember when I first met Elle through the online world, through the online connection. She inspired me to start walking, because then she had these beautiful videos of showing her, her walking paths. For me, I'm in the city here in Sydney, in the heart of the city, so I'm not as close to nature, but then I love taking the photos of the beautiful trees and in the little parks that I walk. So well done, Elle. That is fantastic. All right, so let's quickly have a, what's it called? Summary. That's the word. There's the brain fog. I knew the brain fog will pop in today. So the 7 key areas of focus helps you build the habits that you need to do to make sure that you are looking after yourself, right? So who's the most important? Did I hear you say me, as in you? Yes, you. You are important. So you need to make sure that the vessel that you are, walking around in, the mind that you have, the heart, the family, the connections, your career, your finance are all being looked after. Some areas may be neglected some weeks because if you've got a big project or if you're going on holidays, then of course work and career might not be top of the list. But what you need to do is, if there are certain areas that you have been neglecting week in, week out, maybe make that as a priority in the new week. And then here in the wellness tracker, we are going to try to give ourselves some positive affirmations that we can say to ourselves on a daily basis. Remember, it's not just a one-off thing. Each and every day, whether it's the morning, build that habit to say, Mariane, you are great. You are fabulous. You can do it. I have faith in you. You are slowly building the courage and the resilience to get through any tough times. And if you can't do it yourself, you can ask for help. There are people around you. There are friends. There is a community that you can always tap into. And if you don't have those, you have me. You have us here on the Monday, my Monday, your Sunday, to come and enjoy and catch up. Okay. So now I hinted that there is something for those of you that may not have the time to write these little things down, or especially positive affirmations. What I have for those of you, hang on. See the winter here, my window, big window, just right behind me, and it's still a little bit cold. I had to get myself some long sleeve tops because I normally have a t-shirt on. Okay, so for those of you who are already subscribed to my newsletter, will get an update on one of the freebies that I have. Where is my one day I'll get myself sorted. There we are, MarianneCresp.com. Hang on a tick. Oh, I gotta just scratch my nose. Pardon me. Okay. Okay, so at MarianneCrest.com, sign up for the newsletter, because what will happen is you will get freebies. So once you sign up, you will get a welcome email letter that gives you access to the freebies on my website. So two things. For those of you who have already signed up, once I have finished this live stream and had breakfast, I'm going to upload an updated version of my free printable download. So these things I've already written for you. So you can, if your printer allows it. Now, I know I posted this on my Instagram and so many people had to go at me. Yeah, that's going to jam up my printer. So for those of you that have printers that will allow you to print on Post-it notes. So what happens is, let me show you. Let's see. So one of the pages is this little template that you would go and pop in your Post-it note. So this is a 3-inch by 3-inch Post-it note. So you pop in your Post-it notes. So you peel them off, peel them from the side so then they don't curl. You align them on these little gray boxes. So if you fill up this first page, which is a template, fill it up with Post-it notes. You can have it one color. You can have it in different colors. So you have, let me see. So you have them in different colors. So then you'll have nice pop of color. And then there is a blank page. Let me see. Bear with me. I'll pop it on the floor. One of the templates has the, has the doodle frames. So all these little doodle frames blank, so you can write in your own whatever notes you have. So, and currently there is printables on there that I think have these ones. All right, so I can do anything I put my mind to, I will handle it. So the updated version, these will go away and these will get what do you call this? Get updated with some new positive affirmation ones, so I can get through tough times. I'm stronger than my doubts. I embrace the unknown with courage. I can face any challenge. I control my mind and emotion, and I'm always learning and growing. So if you want to print these out, I've got these ready for you to go. So what you need to do is just go, all right, take one of these. So if you don't want your post-it notes curling up, so if you do it this way, peel from the bottom, see how it curls? If you don't want it curling, peel from the side like this. And see, it's a lot straighter. And so when you put it on your mirror, or you put it on your lens, or you put it on your screen, that's nice and bright. You've got it there, and you can go, I'm stronger than my doubts. So whatever little positive affirmation fits for you for the day, I can get through tough times. Pop that on your mirror, pop that on your desk, pop it in your planner. So like, for example, I have here, I have it on my divider. So then when I'm looking at it, action is the key to your success. So that's those ones I did for myself. So then you can print this out. So if you haven't yet subscribed to my newsletter, you can by going to mariannecresp.com. I will have this available for the new subscribers on this week's newsletter. So at the end of the week. So you have something to look forward to. But if you sign up now, you will have these other ones that I have already. So I think it was these are the ones that will handle it. So you have something to start with. Isn't that fabulous? Isn't that a great idea? Who loves that? So well done. Oh, hello there, Marcus. Thank you so much. Good morning. How are you? I've been enjoying Marcus's videos of getting himself on a healthy and walking habits and routines, which is actually inspiring me as well to make sure to take my walks. So I have my get outside habit and routine on my my habit tracker. Thank you so much, Marcus, for the lovely sticker there, super chat sticker. Marcus, we missed you. You see, how are you? Fantastic. Yes, let's walk together. Hello there, Irene. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. So if you're already a subscriber to my newsletter, you will get a welcome email that has these free printable download. So the current ones have, I can do anything I put my mind to, I will handle it, feel the fear and do it anyway. Patience means knowing it will happen and giving time to happen. So there's 6 ones already there, but these ones will update it, and then you will get the updated version. And of course, if you are new, I'll have this available in this week's newsletter. So don't miss out. Yes, this is a freebie. I mean, we need all the help we can get. And so if we can print on pretty colorful post-it notes, isn't that fantastic? I love it. Okay, so what have we got? Now, just one final thing. As I said, one of the things that I am putting myself out there for is my 8-week transformative journey group program. So on my website is on mariannecresp.com, you will have a wait list. Did I have it on here? So on there, so at the top, so that's the front page, there is a wait list plan with purpose 8 weeks transformative journey. So if you click on that, there is a waitlist form under here that you can sign up for, so then you'll know when I will have that available. And then I'll probably add quite a few things before the start of it in September. So, instead of you waiting for September to arrive, help you with things like this, like, reframing our thoughts, our negative thoughts. So it is the plan with purpose transformative journey. So through planning, we're going to work through these things. So when I gave myself those limiting beliefs of how, what is my expertise, I'm not an expert, right? But what it is these are the things that I am doing myself that I'm finding is helping me. I have, like a lot of you, have negative thoughts, low thoughts. I've, seeked out therapy myself in the past, and I am on the waiting list for, the public system here in Australia for a therapist. But what I do is I show up as often as I can. I try and try and try. I surround myself with members of my inner circle, my family, my friends, um, my community like you. I feel myself joyful and happy after each of the live stream chats that we do, and reading all of your wonderful comments and feedback. So I want to share the things that have gotten me through, because I have had, and and I know I will have low moments as well. But it's important to find the tools and techniques to tap into. I call it on the group program is, let's put on the tool belts that we need for when these things happen, when procrastination happens, when we're stressed, when we have self-doubt, when we have limiting beliefs, how to build better habits. But I know, I've read so many books on those. And so they tell you, hey, do this, do that. But then they don't tell you, well, what happens when I feel like can't? What happens when I just want to sit on the couch? So hopefully, if you are interested in this and you have tried many different ways and you just go, just please help me, because sometimes it gets so difficult. And I'm not saying that you won't have those low moments, you won't have those negative doubts, you won't cry yourself so much that you just want to give up. But it's being able to go, okay, what do I need to do? And sometimes all you need is someone else who knows what you're going through as well. So make sure if you are interested, go sign up to those my website and the wait list for the Plan with Purpose group program, where we'll have weekly trainings and weekly live Q&A. Find the unlimited beliefs. Exactly. All right. So with that in mind, make sure, if you haven't yet subscribed to my newsletter, make sure you do, because you will get these lovely free printable downloads that will have positive affirmations that you can print yourself and stick on your mirror and stick on your desk and stick in your planner. And then if your printer doesn't allow for what do you call this, sticky notes to go through it, just print the page like this and then just cut it out, and cut it out on pretty paper, and then put it in your planner, and then put washi tapes to stick it down or glue it down. But make sure you do. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Bye, everybody. Bye.